This video of Jules Koundé to Arsenal interest is powered by Think Landscaping, dealers in what we call outdoor space designing, planning, and transforming. So they are a company that will obviously find a very huge solution for your outdoor space problems in there for you. They will fix it and they can maintain it and obviously keep it to the standards of where you've always wanted it to be, and that is Think Landscaping. And you can call them on those numbers because that's what they do best for you, and they'll best serve your purpose, and you will at a certain point X come here and really appreciate that Rokani Media is indeed the portal of all deals that transform outdoor spaces. So that is Think Landscaping, and do the needful and really give them the best that they obviously do deserve in there for you. So from there, let's obviously head into the big video, but continue to subscribe because we want to hit 30,000 subscribers on this channel, and we are left with 81 subscribers to hit 29,500. So let's go into the left bottom corner, smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you to get notified every time I upload a video on this channel. Now let's obviously get to this story. Arsenal is in search of a player who can play as a right back in there for you, and if you're watching the game of France right now, you know who is being played as the right back for the side of France in there for you. It's none other than Jules Koundé. And we've been told by Ekrem Corner, you know, global transfer expert, that Arsenal explore more for Jules Koundé. Arsenal have made contact with Barcelona to explore a potential move for Jules Koundé as they assess options in the right back market this summer. Barcelona are demanding over £50 million for the defender, who currently earns £200,000 per week. Now, let me bring you up to speed. In the history of Mikel Arteta, he has signed one defender who can play in only the central defense. And that defender goes by the names of Gabriel Magalhaes. You get? Saliba is another one, but he initiated into the team. He never signed him in there for you. But I'm talking about players that he went ahead to obviously spend on to come in and play. And that list is having the following players. 1. Ben White. He can play as a left back, right back, and the central defender. Takahiro Tomiyasu. He could play across that entire back line. Carafiori. He can play as a left back. He can play as a left-sided centre back. Jakub Kivio. He could play as a left back and a left-sided centre back. Hinkapie. He can play as a left back and a left-sided centre back. Mosquera. He can play as a left back. Sorry, he can play as a left back, right back, and central defender. The other one that they brought in was Tavares. He could only play as a left back, but also in the central defense had some attributes of him really featuring predominantly into that particular encounter in there for you, all positions in there. So when you look at Jules Koundé, he ticks all boxes of the defenders that Mikel Arteta wants. He wants defenders who can play into the left back and also play into what we call the right back and also play in the central defense. You understand? I had even forgotten Julian Timber. Julian Timber was even out of my mind, but he's another one. We know he can play the central defense. He can play as a right back. He can play as a left back in there for you. So for that, Jules Koundé ticks the box of a defender that Arsenal need. And in all of that, they are looking in for a right back, but who can play in multiple positions, because they 100% understand that it won't be an easy season for the club of Arsenal. And one of the reasons they might give for missing out on the Champions League trophy is not having another right back in there for you that could come up and really meet the expectations for defending Kivisha Kvaratskhelia, where Mosquera was beaten in the second half and he handed a penalty over to a team known as PSG. So they are very, 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 very keen onto this, and they want to obviously find a solution to this. You understand? Now, Jules Koundé can play as a right-sided centre-back, left-sided centre-back. He can play as a left-back. He can play as a right-back. If you've been watching France, I think even the last World Cup, Jules Koundé went ahead to coming through and really play as a right back, and even today he has come through and is playing as a right back. Right now they're playing against a team known as Paraguay, and the entire World Cup he has been playing as a right back, and I think he really serves a purpose that Mikel Arteta really wants, and Arteta will be having another confident and experienced defender into his team. Remember, when he was coming to Barcelona, he was being played as a right back. Sorry, he was being played as a right-headed centre back at a side known as Sevilla, and I think went in for 60 million euros. So Barcelona are like, all right, we can sell the player, but we want 50 million pounds plus. And I tell you, if Arsenal wants this player, Barcelona will call for like 70 million pounds, I think, because Jules Koundé is an integral member of the squad of Barcelona. And to obviously see him leave the side of Barcelona, you have to give them a very convincing amount of money. You can't tell me that Barcelona can call in for the same amount of money they paid for him to cross from Sevilla to the Catalonia side, yet inflation has been there, and there is no way you tell me that 60 million euros are still the same like those of 2020, are still like those of 2020, 2020, is it 2023? Yeah, I think that's when he crossed from Sevilla to the side of 2023, 2022. I think one of those. 2020, 2021, I think. That's when Chelsea won the Champions League and they wanted him badly, and Barcelona hijacked the deal. So for me, Jules Koundé is a very good player, though I do believe that going forward, he's limited. He's such a defensive guy in there for you, and going forward, he's a limited guy. Not good at bringing in perfect crosses, you understand, but he's a press-resistant defender, that is it. You can obviously play tiki-taka with him. He can invert in the midfield very well, and he's a very good defensive player. Like, defensively, he's really good, and him having attributes of really having on ahead to play as a right-sided centre-back, it helps him in really defending in such situations where they will need a lot of things in there for you. So, I would really give Arsenal a nod, obviously getting a player like him, though I think they need to obviously scout out more in there for you, because when you look at players like Achraf Hakimi, typical right back, giving you a lot going forward, and defensively, they can try it out on others, So, Livramento was in the queue, but his injury at the England World Cup has gone ahead, obviously, maybe send a message to Arsenal that he's not the right player for them, there for you. So we wait and see how things really pan out. By Jules Koundé to Arsenal transfer interest is on, and Arsenal has gone ahead to make Jules Koundé contract to see to it that they really get the best out of this player and really sign him. So the list of right backs at Arsenal is really increasing, because that is one of the positions they have to obviously reinforce, because of how Benjamin White is obviously going to be moved on, and they don't want to overstretch Julian Timber. With the injuries that he went ahead to get, he found himself in a position of really missing out on the World Cup because of the injuries, and obviously he never at any one point X did the needful to obviously force himself to the Netherlands national team, which is a blessing in disguise to the fans of Arsenal, because he's obviously going to rest, heal, and the pre-season will find him good and better there for you. So let's leave Jules Koundé in there for you, but Arsenal still has a long list of players that they think can come in through and really get the job done and dusted But Jules Koundé, good player. And I think he suits the profile for the club of Arsenal. Being champions, playing the Champions League final, I tell you what, it can really create a lot of it can really create a lot of of attraction to the club of Arsenal. As I've already told you, bees go to flowers that are really nice looking to get the pollen. You understand? Leaving that at that, Brahim Diaz has gone ahead, obviously set a record as the first African player in African history of the World Cup with most assists in a single World Cup campaign. And he has 4 assists in 5 games, currently second behind Olise at this World Cup. So, Brahim Diaz, the name that many don't talk about a lot in this session of the World Cup. You understand? This session of the World Cup speaks volumes for the following players. 1, I'm talking about Morocco. 1, Saibari. 2, Bouadi. 3, Ashraf Hakimi. 4, Onahi. 5, Mazaraoui. You get? But there is a player. There is a player known as Brahim Diaz, the man responsible for orchestrating everything that has gone ahead to result into goals for the side of Morocco. And I've always told you that you can easily get someone. You can easily get someone who is really so good at. You can easily get someone who is so good at scoring goals, but a person who creates those goals is really very, very, very important. And to me, having a person who scores goals is really very important. Creating goals is very important than a person who scores goals, because if you're having a creative midfield or a creative player, obviously, I tell you what, he will create chances for everyone around him to obviously score. Even if the striker is wasteful, he'll find himself in a position of really collecting the best out of the best from that. We saw Lukaku, we've seen Nicholas Jackson in there for you, and very many others who have gone ahead obviously be very, very, very wasteful in there for you. So I think for Brahim Diaz, you have to give him his flowers and really his salutations for what he has gone ahead to do. 4 assists in 5 World Cup games, and today he has gone ahead to obviously put in a brace of assists. Now, after that, Brahim Diaz has spoken to the media about their next opponent, who is going to be France, because I think France will knock out Paraguay. You understand? He has said it's better if France qualifies, because then I'll face my teammates at Real Madrid. And the beauty of facing teams like France is that you obviously know these players, and your management team can easily find a solution to obviously curb anything they want to bring in through, and obviously see you knock them out. But a team like Paraguay, apart from Miguel Omorion, is it Omarion, something like that, who else do you know there? Who else do you know there? So I think Brahim Diaz is speaking with huge experience, and he knows to eat that in this World Cup. It's very hard to face a team whose players you are not well conversed with, So he went ahead to take it to that further point and was like, yep, that's it. And that's how things should be. And he wants to face France. And we pray they face France in there for you and see how they obviously tussle it out. Lionel Messi has said, the truth is that I am deeply grateful to my teammates, and I am very happy to compete alongside them. They are friends. It's very beautiful, very united group. It makes me happy to hear all those affectionate words in there for you. So what keeps Messi going are his teammates. The way they treat him, they make him be that hero as supposed to be. Because sometimes a person like Messi having gone ahead to obviously win everything as a footballer, club level, country level, he might lose momentum. And that drive, to see to it that he puts out 100% in every game that they play, will be like, after all, I've gone ahead to obviously have everything in my cupboard. Why should I obviously come in here and obviously try to fight for the club and country in there for you? So they keep him going, and that is Lionel Messi for you after knocking out Cape Verde yesterday. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David remains my name. Jules Koundé to Arsenal, transfer interest registered, and Arsenal have gone ahead to make a contract. What do you make about it? And then the other big question comes in through on Brahim Diaz. Do you think they can obviously knock out France? Because as we speak right now, France has 1 goal and Paraguay has 0 in here onto the Rokani Media Football. And lastly, Messi telling us exactly what keeps him going are his teammates. Do you believe in what he is telling us? All that and more into the comment section below.